Are you new to the quarterback position? Or maybe you just want to build your knowledge? In this video series, QB 101, we're going to be covering all the basics that you need to know. We'll be breaking down a whole bunch of different topics to not only help you succeed in the quarterback position, but to make sure you have fun doing it. In today's video, we're talking about calling an audible. And this is one of the most important things we can do as a quarterback, is checking out of a bad play and then checking into a good play. Because when we line up, we may see that a play is not going to work. All right, so we need something that we can move to really quickly, that everyone knows what we're going to do, and we can run that play straight away. So let's have a look at what we might see pre-snap that makes us check out of a play. So we're lining up right here. And as you can see, we've got man coverage across the board. All right, so the corners are up very close, like less than a yard. Outside linebackers are lined up really close. So this is a strong indication that we're going to have man coverage, right? If we had something like all hitches called, or maybe we had a stand-up called, a stand-up screen, this is not going to be a good play. It's very unlikely that it's going to be successful. So it's better that we check to a different play. So it's all about seeing a problem and being able to fix that problem. And in football, especially 9-on-9, there's only a certain number of problems you're going to run into. So you only need to know a certain number of solutions. So our first solution when we get in this man press coverage is go our 4 verticals, all right? So you might call that all goes or 4 verts. It doesn't really matter, it's the same thing. So what we have, outside release fade, either inside or outside release seam, and outside release fade, all right? Everyone is going deep, all right? Now this is still gonna work whether they're in single high or even if they're in 2 high man coverage, all right? There's probably a better solution for 2 high man coverage that we'll talk about in a different video. But for now, it's most likely you're gonna see man coverage with a single high safety. We call that cover 1, all right? So right now, you've checked to 4 verts. So everyone's running vertical, all right? And we wanna look at the best matchup. So if this is our fastest receiver right here, all right, there is a good chance that that is gonna be the best ball to throw, all right? Again, that is our pre-snap read. We need to take the snap, drop back, confirm our pre-snap read, and then throw that ball. So anytime we're throwing 4 verts, I will do a video on how to make the read for 4 verts. All right, we need to pick a side, left or right. So we take the snap. I want you to look to the slot first, all right? Because if this linebacker blitzes or does anything, they might widen out. We want to be able to take that shot right there. That might only be 6 or 7 yards. That is a very easy throw to make, all right? Take the snap, throw the ball. If this is covered as soon as we're looking at it, then we're looking to the fade, all right? We want to throw that fairly quickly because the longer we wait, the further we're going to have to throw that ball. And depending on your arm strength, you don't want to be trying to throw that 30, 40 yards downfield, all right? So this is checking to our 4 verts. This is a really good way to solve a problem when we have man coverage, all right? Another solution for this, if we don't think we can get the 4 verts to work, all right? Maybe we don't have any particularly fast receivers, or maybe the other team has very fast defensive backs. Maybe they got some fast corners, some tall corners, all right? So we know that throwing all goes against them is going to be very hard, all right? Another solution for the same problem is checking to our cross concept. And I talked about this in our quick game concepts. So we've got our 3-step slant and our out. All right, every playbook is gonna have some variation of this cross concept, all right? And the idea here, if they're in man, especially if they're man press, by getting the routes to cross one another, it should create a little bit of traffic for these defenders, right? They might bump into each other. They might even bump into one of the receivers. So all you need to do again is pick the side that you like to match up the most, all right? You might have your 2 best receivers over here, or even you have a defender over here who's not too fast, not too light on their feet. All right, either way, you're picking a side. You take the snap, you look over this way. All right, usually we're reading this defender here, the outside linebacker, but you can look over in this direction. All right, if your eyes are here, you're going to see all the traffic converge, and then hopefully as they come out the other side, one of these two routes are going to be open. All right, because there's a lot of people coming together, and then your receiver is going to fly out the other side, and we can throw that to one of these two. All right, so that is solving the problem. All right, the problem was we had man press and we checked that. So what you're going to need to talk about with your receivers, with your offense, is a code word or a signal to go to those plays. All right, so this is something I always install early in the season with our quarterbacks. All right, all you need is one word. All right, so you might call the all verts, you might call Hawaii. All right, and Hawaii is going to be your 4 verts call. All right, you need to make sure everyone knows what it is. Make sure you run it once or twice in practice so people are becoming familiar. Hawaii means everyone's got 4 verts. All right, and then same for your cross. So for your cross, you might say Chicago. All right, so Chicago means we've got a cross concept. So you get to a game, you come up to the line, oh no, they're in man press. The hitches concept's not going to work. All right, it's not even worth trying. All right, let's go Chicago. Everyone knows what they got. Downset hut, and then you are good to go. All right, so calling audibles is all about solving problems. Now I'm going to do my next video on the problem of our defense being too far back. So to check out that video, make sure you go check out episode 8. And if you have any questions about this concept, leave a comment in the comment section.